In this video, I will create a custom fitted table and mount it to my wall. Why am I doing this? Well, I've received this board and it fits almost perfectly in this space in my kitchen. And that's why I thought, why not turn this into a nice custom fitted table that we're gonna make look very pretty. So stick around if you wanna see the end result. Now this obviously looks pretty bad, but we had to somehow prop it up to see how it would look. And I've just put it on the table as well as an extra leg that we had lying around. But obviously in the end, we won't be using this leg because it's supposed to look like it's floating. So we'll use a different mount. And also we had to put it up on the table so it's slightly elevated because it was too big. We also cut it to match the angle of the wall behind there. This is what it looks like after it has been cut. We had to go in and cut it again that it matches the wall. So we kind of used this tool as a spacer and then we drew a line. That way we had the same distance from the wall at all points. So with that cut, we could finally put it up and test to see what it would actually look like when it's finally in place. And as you can see, there's a lot of space, but we'll get rid of that in a second. Now we've mounted these pieces already after drilling the first hole. When we go ahead and drill the other holes, that we actually find the correct position, because these holes are super tiny. They have to be very exact. Okay, and this might seem like we're jumping to the end, but let me assure you, this is not the finished version. We still have these edges to work with, and it looks pretty cool already. That's why I want to show you this. And I just had to try it out immediately. Obviously the cables are kind of in the way, but if you remove them in your mind, it looks pretty cool. Okay, so the next steps are going to be to kind of fill these edges to make it look like it's actually built in. Here we go. Cleans it up pretty nice. It's a different color. Maybe this color actually fit better. Yep, this color was way nicer. So we might have to reorder this. The main issue right now is the fact that the color is different. It looks like it's perfectly mounted. Nobody's gonna pay attention to that, and now that it's not black anymore, you're not gonna notice it as much. Same goes with this wall. But then again, there's a lot of variables still going on with this project. It's far from being done. And cable management is still a problem. I mean, I wouldn't say like it's a huge problem, it's just something that I haven't taken care of yet, and is something that's going to make a huge difference. And even if it's just like taking these cables and mounting them up top like this, I mean, I could do that right now for demonstration purposes. Oops. As you can see, this way we already have way less cables in sight. This cable can be routed through somewhere else's too. And then we have these cables which are hanging through, but we could mount them here too. Just like these cables, we can put this up here. We can route these along this bar. Clean up, then I'll think of my cable management, and then I'll think of exchanging this for a band that actually matches the color a little better, because it's like adding a third color. The wall has a different color from the shelves, and this has the third color, which is not good. But that looks clean. That edge, it looks like it's actually like installed properly, and that is pretty cool. This plant is dying. It's not too good. This light is not properly installed. These items I can take away pretty much. Yeah, so there's a lot of like minor things that I'm gonna take care of, and then it's gonna look completely different. So I'm very excited for you guys to see that. And with that, it is time for me to wrap this video up. There's obviously a lot more to be done here. All of these edges have been properly like finished here. And let me know in the comments if there is a way to make this look even better, but from a distance you won't even notice this. Now I'm considering making a part 2A because we need to change the color of these to match better, even though this is already better than having black bars here. Then I need to repaint the wall. There's some spaces or some spots where I kind of damaged the wall in the process, so we gotta do that. And then I want to do some cable management because now it looks pretty bad. And for this super clean look, I would like to have the cable management done properly. And then there's also this piece right here, but I don't see this as a problem. I could just do a cut here as well as here to get rid of this piece, but I'm not gonna do that because in my case it's not finished yet and I wanna do so many things that I'm just gonna keep it that way, and just temporarily for the time being I'm just gonna put something in front of that. Same goes with all of these, but it looks pretty cool already. So yeah, let me know if there's a way to make this even more seamlessly. But even like this, it looks pretty cool, especially from a distance. And that is from where you'll most likely be looking at this anyways.